Hey YouTube, welcome back to the Slice of Knife. My name is Alex, and today we are going to take a look at a little blade I like to call, well, I don't know if I like to call it, they like to call it, the Vosteed Mini Nightshade. I did open this. I didn't open it. This is an unboxing. I cut the tab before the video. Didn't want to have all that stuff to deal with, so let's move that off to the side there. All right, Vosteed. So nice. It's got the classic little pouch. Looks nice. You can get your little Velcro flare that Vosteed provides. A little lint there, whatever. We can put that on there. All right. Let's take a look at this guy here. Mini Nightshade. Ooh. So very light. Here, let's move this off to the side. First, hold on. Actually, let's take a look here. So we've got classic, nice. I like this. I like the inside. This is my first Vosteed, so I like the inside. I like its microfiber cloth for cleanings. Very nice. All right, I'll move that to the side for now. All right, so here we go. We've got right here the Vosteed Mini Nightshade in gray. I got this on sale, Black Friday maybe. I don't remember exactly, but it's a smaller knife than I typically have. A 2.6-inch blade. It's about 1.25 inches, a little less than 1.13 inches wide. Blade thickness is 2.49 millimeters. The handle material is a G10. Feels nice. It's got the good back spacer here, little jimping there, but feels good. It's very light in the hand. Now let's get a look at this thing. All right, so they call this a shillin cutter, or that's what it was designed on. So I think it's because it's sort of a drop point blade, leaf shaped blade that sort of drops back in towards the. So they give you, it's almost like an arch, like a rainbow. Think about it that way. It's like an arch here. Um, so it drops back in. I think it makes it really good for draw cuts and things like that, where it kind of grabs the material and pulls it forward. Um, it's very sharp out of the box. Very wide blade, interesting, but thin. You got a thin profile and very rounded, like really rounded on the top. Interesting that's so rounded. It's a crossbar lock, which is nice. So I mean, just killer, almost too loose action. Killer action there. I wonder if it has adjustable Omega springs in it. I don't know. It might be something I have to look up, or if you know, leave it in the comments below. But it's that crossbar lock, cage ceramic ball bearing, pivot. Let's see. Let's take a look at the pocket clip. So pocket clip is reversible, not for tip up or tip down carry. Can only be tip up carry, as it would sit in the pocket like so. You got your tip up carry, which I mean is the most popular way to carry for the most part. Although honestly, I'd really be curious to hear your comments on that. What do you think about tip up or tip down carry? I can go either way. I had a rat, or I still have a rat 2 that I carry sometimes still, and I do use that as a tip down carry. It is reversible completely. You could flip that thing over and make it a wrap tip down or a tip up carry, which is nice. This one does not allow it, but it is reversible. So it's got your G10, which feels really good. It got a little bit of jimping, got a nice back spacer here. It feels, you know what, for as small of a knife as it is, it does feel very solid. It doesn't kind of feels like you're controlling that blade and you're good to go. I don't think it's going anywhere in your hand. It just feels real good. Obviously, with its tilt, it's not necessarily. I don't know. I wouldn't call it a good piercer, although it has a good tip. But just the natural way, because it's going to want to. I guess it wouldn't be a straight pierce, but in any case, thumb studs. The thumb studs actually are pretty nice on this thing. I'm sure they are just a stainless steel. Oh, that reminds me, we didn't talk about the blade. I believe it is a the one that I got. Did I look at it? It's a G10. Hold on. Give me a minute here. What blade type did I get? 14C28N. Yeah, I didn't think I got the expensive one. I guess if I got the expensive one, it would have the titanium handle, the S35V. So the 1428C, really solid. blade material, good for corrosion resistance, good to easily, easy to sharpen back up. It holds an edge for a good amount of time, reasonably tough. So like just a really solid mid-range steel for me. And on this channel, you're probably going to get a lot of those mid-range budget knife type things, slice of knife. I like knives a lot. I've loved knives a lot for a lot of years. But I also have 3 kids and don't have a lot of money to spend on knives. So I buy them when I can, but I try to be very conscientious about the dollars and what I'm getting for the dollars. So the super steels you won't see as often on here, though I did do a Hogue Deca that has some Magna Cut steel, which is certainly a super steel, a premium steel. But in general, you're going to get a lot of these types of knives from me. You're going to get you're going to get knives that are in that probably 40. Let's see if it's centered here. Let's take a look at that. Oh yeah, it's a very good centered blade. Very nice. Very centered. Looks just really good. Very interesting knife. It's very light. How many ounces is this thing? 2.5 ounces. So not too far off from the Civivi Yonder that I usually carry. And let's actually, so I've been carrying this Yonder for a while now. Let's pop that out there and give it you the size comparison. So honestly, what's interesting? Interesting comparison here. So really similarly sized knives, but for some reason, this feels smaller to me than the Civivi Yonder. And I don't know if it's just because it has kind of that curved appeal, like I said, that rainbow shaping. But it doesn't feel like, or maybe it's just that the Yonder feels like a really large knife in the hand. I don't know. This just feels so much bigger than it really is. It's interesting. It's a little bit of an illusion that Zach pulled with that thing, but very nice. So, what I like about this though is it does really feel like you'd have good control on draw cuts and pulling. That pull really feels good. I kind of wish there was some jimping up here. That'd be a little better, but it's not bad. And the lock mechanism is good. It's really smooth. I'm not doing it justice here. Let's see if we can reverse flick this. It's kind of small in my hand and awkwardly shaped. Let's see if we can pull it. Oh yeah, it's it's super buttery smooth. A little bit of weak detent though. I'm shaking this thing pretty good and it comes out pretty good. So the detent's a little weak on it. See, that's a weak detent. That would be a negative on this thing. Very weak detent. And you can see because the way that it pops out, it doesn't want to grab in there. So a little bit of weak detent, but overall, a pretty nice blade. That flat grind finish, razor sharp out of the box. I'm sure if I had a piece of paper here, it would cut through that paper just fine, as any knife should. That's worth using. I do like the pocket clip shape. It's a deep carry, but you're certainly going to expose a bit of the end of that on there. Lanyard hole. I do really like the backspacer. I don't know why. I don't really usually care that much about the backspacer, but I don't know, it just fits nice on this. Maybe it's with that gray G10 handle. It's just that nice backspacer. It feels good in hand. I definitely can't say anything bad about it. Haven't used it, obviously. This was kind of an unboxing. But the Vosteed Mini Nightshade. I can't remember how much I got this for. It was a pretty good, I want to say it was like 50, under 50. I just don't remember. I think I got a coupon or something. I don't know. I don't remember for sure, but I can tell you that it was a pretty good price. And honestly, for 1428C steel, I felt good about it when I got it. And again, you're going to see a lot of that budgety, what we'd call budget. I almost call mid-range. I guess mid-range to a lot of people. And it depends on perspective. Mid-range to a lot of people is probably that, $100 to 150. That's probably your mid-range knives. And then 150 and above is maybe your higher end. But, you have high-end knives that are $700. Chris Reeves knives and things like that. So, or you can trick out a Spyderco and make it that much, so it's a little hard to say, but for me, this is if high end for me is an over $100 knife with some Magna Cut steel, this is certainly mid-range at the 50, 60, $40 to $60 area. And then below there, you got your low range, but sometimes you can find some really good budget knives with some steel on there that you'd be surprised with. But in any case, good knife, good EDC feeling knife. I'm going to try it out and we'll see how it goes. Maybe it'll show up in in a little compilation video of some of the EDCs that I've been trying out this year, something like that. Definitely a knife that if you're looking for a small light knife and you want an interesting kind of shape with this blade, it's a fat blade. It's very wide, interesting. Just you don't see them this wide with this kind of just sort of plain leaf shape. But um, if you're looking for something unique, you want something that's light, it's got great action, sharp, good steel right out of the box. I don't think it's a bad choice. I mean, this is definitely I'm not going to call it like a hard recommend, but I also would say it may fit somebody's needs. So I think it's a good knife for what it is. Depending on if you're a traditionalist, it's certainly not traditional with that shilling cutter type feel from ancient China or Taiwan, something like that. Again, really strong action. I mean, it's definitely a well-made knife. I mean, Vosteed did a good job with it. I'm happy with it. I really like just the way that they set it up. I like the G10 is nice. It's smooth. It's almost a little bit grippy. You can feel a little bit of that. And actually, yeah, I really like the crossbar on this thing. Although it's almost so smooth that it's getting ahead of me. Like I'm not releasing it quick enough because I just don't have this thing right. But very nice. Probably take me a day to get used to, and I'd do it a little better. Good blade. So, I think depending if you're looking for something a little unique, the Vosteed Mini Nightshade, Vosteed Mini Nightshade, good blade for the price and unique looking. I think it would be a good buy if you're looking for something a little different. But if you like what you heard today, smash that like and subscribe button. I hope everybody has a great day. I hope everybody's having a great day. I hope wherever this finds you, you're doing well. Got those holidays coming up. Let's just try to keep the stress levels to a minimum and, let's have some fun with it. Anyways, we'll see you next time on The Slice of Knife.